Welcome to State of Prime. It's time to prime the mind, body, and spirit so that you can always stay in a state of prime. Let's get primed.
Welcome back to State of Prime, guys. Today is a little insight, little riff into just intention and where you're putting it. And really, guys, I'm speaking from personal experience, and it just hit me. Like, when I get on here to share with you guys to help us stay primed, I'm speaking from experience. I don't want to get on here and speak theoretically. I mean, yes, that's good, and we'll have podcasts that, where we correlate ideas and whatnot, but always bringing it back to, is this something, applicable to right now that I'm doing? And it is. And what it is for me is making sure, like, my intention around the family. So, as of recently, I've been working a lot pretty much, from as soon as I get up. Not as soon as I get up. I haven't been as into my practices as I can be, such as meditation and working out. And I do them, but I'm just not prioritizing that the same as work. And for me, it's like with work, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of getting, addicted to work where I'm separated from everything else. And so for me, of course, I know you can't just, okay, I'm going to put in, exactly 2 hours here, 2 hours in family, I can't look at it with quantity, but rather quality. And so something that I feel like can help us is just being present with what it is that you're doing. When I put the children down at night, being as present as possible, telling them the story, doing our stretch, just being present. Even though that whole process is only 10 minutes, doing that consistently and intentionally. And I feel like that has helped me because I felt torn. I feel torn, guys, as I'm sure we all do. Do I work? Do I do I pour into the family? I mean, it's like all these things, and I feel like it all boils down to, what you need to do. First off, be present. I mean, taking care of your family is an aspect to pouring into your family, but also making sure that you're there for them mentally and emotionally. And I feel like it just starts with presence. Starts with presence, guys. Being present for them so that you can pour into them emotionally. Because I feel like, there's a quote where, children, they spell love Time, time. And I feel like, yes, definitely spending time with them, but it's not necessarily the quantity, it's the quality. Like an example, you could be out there playing basketball with your son, having a glass of whiskey in your flip flops, in your robe, just kind of half ass going about it pretty much, as compared to like gearing all the way up and showing him that you're serious. Like, it's just difference. It's quality. I really feel like it's quality, guys. And I know I'm speaking from the family perspective of me personally, but what is it that you're going through that you can bring this mindset to, of just being present with what you're doing and not getting stressed if you're not pouring into all the areas the exact same, because you have seasons in life. For me, I feel like these businesses that I'm building, this is the season for it. But I am not going to get lost in building these to where I forget about everything around me. So it's being cognizant of that and taking the necessary steps to mitigate any type of um, not addiction, but rather uh, I guess, for lack of a better word, abnormality, like where it's abnormal, you spend an abnormal amount of time at work and no time with family. Just being intentional. Let's say you got to work all week, then Saturday and Sunday, planning time for them. It's a process, guys, and that's pretty much that's the whole premise of today's episode. Be present with what it is that you're doing. Whether it's work, let's say you're pouring so much into family, but your businesses aren't growing. You're stalling there. Then okay, plan time for it. I think that's where weekly planning has been so effective. Sitting down with the family and planning out things. Sit down and go about it together. Or even personally, plan your week out and make sure that you plan to do the things that's important to you. Pouring into your family, getting that project done, pouring into yourself, taking that mini vacay by yourself to go recharge, whatever it is. Step back and evaluate, and then put it into practice. Now, until the next one, my fellow primer, keep putting it together. We're putting it together. It's a process. It is a process. Until the next one, stay primed.